So here, first of all, I will talk about beginning of quantum mechanics, that how it started. So let us have a brief look at it. So I want to describe or tell about some scientific findings and observations leading to beginning of quantum mechanics, right? So there are three important things which had happened. So first is the study of black body radiation. Second is the photoelectric effect. And third is spectrum of hydrogen atom. So पहली चीज थी कि ब्लैक बॉडी रेडिएशन को कैसे एक्सप्लेन किया जाए, जो एक्सपेरिमेंटली लोगों ने चीज ऑब्जर्व की. सेकंड इज द फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट. स्क्रीन विजिबल है? ओके. एंड थर्ड वन इज द स्पेक्ट्रम ऑफ हाइड्रोजन एटम, राइट? सो ये तीन चीजें थी जिन्होंने क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स को स्टार्ट करने में हमारी हेल्प की जब हमने इनकी एक्सप्लेनेशन ढूंढी. सो सबसे पहले हम बात करेंगे ब्लैक बॉडी रेडिएशन की. सो लेट अस टॉक अबाउट ब्लैक बॉडी रेडिएशन. इसमें फर्स्ट ऑब्जर्वेशन थी दैट स्टार्टेड इन 1838 by Michael Faraday. So what Michael Faraday did, Michael Faraday discovered cathode rays. So what he did in his experiment, that he applied a high potential in a vacuum tube at high potential. It's a high potential, high tension battery. So what he observed in his experiment, that a light is coming from here to here. So that means light arc with beginning at cathode. It is the cathode and it is the anode. So light is beginning at cathode and ending at anode. So this was the experiment performed by Michael Faraday. So what he found, that some particles are coming from here and terminating at here, and the rays which are coming from here, people call those rays as cathode rays. So this was the first experiment which was performed by Michael Faraday in 1838. This is one experiment. Then but this experiment is not exactly relating to black body radiation, but it started in 1838, means this is a type of experiment which is leading towards the quantum mechanics. But then after this, in 1859 and 60, there is another scientist, G. Kirchhoff, and Kirchhoff has given the law for black body radiation. So first idea of black body was given by Kirchhoff. So according to Kirchhoff, what is a black body? According to Kirchhoff, he supposed that, as he stated, that the supposition that bodies can be imagined which for infinitely small thickness completely absorb all incident rays and neither reflect nor transmit any, I shall call, such bodies perfectly black or more briefly black bodies. So this is a way that how Kirchhoff describes the black bodies. And a black body is a perfect absorber. According to him, a black body is a perfect absorber for all incident radiation. And people suggested different types of black bodies. So one is suggested by Ferry's black body, and another is Wien's black body, राइट। ये टू टाइप्स की ब्लैक बॉडीज, ये आपको स्टैटिस्टिकल फिजिक्स के कोर्स में मिल जाएगी। यूजी का जो बीएससी का आपका स्टैटिस्टिकल का कोर्स है, एंड फाइनली जो मैथमेटिकली किरचॉफ ने फाइंडिंग थी, किरचॉफ की जो फाइंडिंग थी मैथमेटिकल, सो अकॉर्डिंग टू किरचॉफ that for an arbitrary body emitting and absorbing thermal radiation in thermodynamic equilibrium the emissivity is equal to absorptivity. So this was the finding of Kirchhoff's law at thermodynamic equilibrium. तो यहाँ तक क्लियर हुआ? एनी क्वेश्चन? Okay, so let us move further. Then in 1888, M.W. Michelson derived the formula for emissive power. Right? Derived the formula for emissive power in his paper, and the title of his paper is, in which he did this calculation, is the theoretical essay on distribution of energy in the spectra of solids. So this was the paper. This is the title of the paper. So that means जब हम किसी भी बॉडी को हीट अप करेंगे, वहां से जो रेडिएशन एमिट हो रही है पर यूनिट एरिया से पर यूनिट टाइम में, दैट इज द एमिसिव पावर, राइट? सो वो मैथमेटिकली किसके इक्वल आएगी? As suggested by Michelson, that is equal to emissive power E lambda is equal to AT raised to power 3 by 2 upon lambda raised to power 6, then exponentially minus B upon lambda square T. ठीक है? सो ये था, मीन्स जो एक्सपेरिमेंटली हमने एमिटेड रेडिएशन देखी फॉर दैट एट डिफरेंट वेवलेंथ एंड डिफरेंट टेम्परेचर, उसके लिए हमारे पास ये फॉर्मूला जो था वो आता है एज सजेस्टेड बाय माइकलसन, बिकॉज बहुत सारे लोगों ने एफर्ट किए ब्लैक बॉडी रेडिएशन स्पेक्ट्रम को एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए, जो एक्सपेरिमेंटल ऑब्जर्वेशन थी। और फाइनल जो एक्सपेरिमेंट था वो 1899 में हुआ। आई विल टॉक अबाउट इट लेटर, उसको हम बाद में करेंगे। बट टू एक्सप्लेन एक्सपेरिमेंटल फाइंडिंग्स, M.W. Michelson make a effort, and after that again in 1888 Heinrich Weber derived another formula for MSE power, that MSE power is equal to A upon lambda square exponential Ct. T is the temperature, C is the velocity of light, B upon lambda square T square. ये फॉर्मूला सजेस्ट किया हेनरिक वेबर ने इन 1888 में. Then after this, Wien deduced Wien's displacement law. So in 1893, Wien he deduced theoretically Wien's displacement law. So what is Wien's displacement law? This law states that black body radiation curve for different temperatures will peak at different wavelengths that are inversely proportional to the temperature. So let us briefly look at it. Say this is emissivity at different temperatures. So it is, this temperature is T1. Let me call this temperature as T2 and this temperature as T3. So here T3 is greater than T2 is greater than T1, and here this is the peak value lambda m. So as temperature increases, peak wavelength will shift towards the lower wavelength, right? In this way. So that means lambda m is proportional to constant over T, or in other words we can say that lambda m into T must be constant. So this is known as Wien's law. ठीक है, so ये finding थी theoretical, this is a theoretical finding. So यहाँ तक clear हुआ? कोई query किसी की? समझ आ रहा है? Then after that, Wien's distribution law, it was 1896. Wien's distribution law. So this is also known as Wien's law or Wien's approximation. So this is again regarding the emission spectrum, right? So Wien in 1896 derived the formula for emissive power that A upon lambda raised to power 5 exponential minus B upon lambda t. ये फॉर्मूला जो था वो सजेस्ट किया वीन ने. और जो एक्सपेरिमेंटल ऑब्जर्वेशन थी उसके साथ ये मैच कर रहा था फॉर लार्ज वेवलेंथ. सो ये अगर एक्सपेरिमेंटल ऑब्जर्वेशन थी तो ये एक्सपेरिमेंट जो था वो लार्ज वेवलेंथ पे जो था वो मैच कर रहा था. इट वाज मैचिंग बट नॉट फॉर लार्ज वेवलेंथ पे मैच कर रहा था बट नॉट फॉर द लोअर वेवलेंथ. तो इस तरह से इसकी मैचिंग थी लार्ज वेवलेंथ, but it is not consistent at the lower wavelengths for the experimentally observed values, right? So then after that, so many different people try to describe the formula for this black body spectrum, means emissive power के लिए. So after this, Frederick Bastian derived the formula in 1896. Bastian, he derived the formula, and what was the formula? According to him, that E lambda is equal to A upon lambda raised to power alpha exponential minus B upon lambda t. Here alpha is equal to 5.5. It is for iron oxide surface. So the formula for E lambda comes out to be A upon lambda raised to power 5.5 exponential B upon lambda t, right? Then after Frederick Bastian in 1900, Lord Rayleigh derived the formula. What was the formula? That E lambda is equal to AT upon lambda raised to power 4 exponential minus B over lambda t. ये फॉर्मूला जो था इस तरह से suggest किया गया to fit the experimentally observed curve. Then in the meantime, to explain or to study black body spectrum, in 1899, Lumer and Pincham these two people performed the experiment for distribution of energy emitted by black body at different temperatures and try to verify Wien's law and Stephen's law. So what these two people, they investigated experimentally the distribution of energy among the radiation emitted by a black body at different temperatures and they try to verify Wien's law and Stephen's law. So let us have a look at their experimental arrangement. Say a radiation is coming from this S1 and it is made to incident on some mirror and then it is reflected back and pass through some prism. And when they pass through it, they again made to incident over mirror. This is one mirror and this is another mirror. And then they are detected here using bolometer. And radiations are coming at different temperatures. So this is the experimental setup. And when this experiment is performed, following are the findings of the experiment. Say it is 0.4, it is 0.8, it is say 1, say it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is the wavelength in micrometer and it is the emissive power. So what was the finding? This is one curve. This is another curve. Like this. So So ये हमारे पास कर्व्स जो है वो आते हैं. So let us see that this is lambda m, this is lambda m, this is lambda m. Is this the peak value? And this is at 904 Kelvin. It is not exact curve, but this is means the curve which these two people found. It looks like this, 1259 Kelvin, and it is 1469 Kelvin, and this is at 1646 Kelvin. So that means what? So this experiment basically, this is consistent with Wien's law, Wien's displacement law. Means the temperature and the wavelength. Means the temperature, wavelength, peak value of wavelength at 904 Kelvin multiplied by temperature. This temperature, it must be equal to peak value at 1095 of the wavelength. The value of the wavelength, say, let me call it as this wavelength at lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, lambda 4, and lambda 5. So if I, not lambda m, but lambda 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but lambda 1 m. Let me write down m here. It is m, it is m, it is m, it is m, and it is m. So that means lambda 1 m into 904 Kelvin must be equal to lambda 2 m into 1095 Kelvin. These all must be constant or equal to each other. So this is the Wien's law. So this is one finding of Wien's law. And another interesting thing, that energy is not distributed uniformly. This is the non-uniform distribution of energy. Here the distribution is towards this, the distribution is different, and towards this side the distribution is different. This is another finding. And another thing, that intensity of heat radiation increases with increase in wavelength at a particular, and its value is maximum. Then another thing is that if we try to look at the area under the curve, say area under the curve, it is basically total emissivity. Area under the curve is the total emissivity, and this total emissivity is proportional to fourth power of temperature. So that means area under the curve gives us the total emissivity, and this emissivity is proportional to fourth power of temperature. And this is consistent with Stephen-Boltzmann's law. This is consistent with Stephen-Boltzmann's law. That means total emissivity, E total, is proportional to T raised to power 4. So this is Stephen-Boltzmann's law. This is consistent with it. Then these two people suggested the formula for E lambda is equal to AT lambda raised to power 4 exponential of minus B upon lambda t raised to power 1.25. So this was the formula which was suggested by in 1900. This formula is suggested by Lummer and Pringsheim. Then in 1900, Lummer with Jahnke they derived the formula for E lambda, or above given formula is modified in this form, minus b upon lambda t, and all these are empirical formulations. Then in 1900 again Max Thiessen derived the formula E lambda is equal to a t raised to power 0.5 lambda raised to power minus 4.5 sorry, minus is not there, yeah. Exponential minus b upon lambda t. Then in 1905 Sir James Jeans modified the Rayleigh's formula classically. Classical formulation, purely mathematical, and he derived 8 pi kt upon lambda raised to power 4. And this is known as Rayleigh-Jeans law. And this is consistent at lower wavelength, but at higher wavelengths it's not consistent. So that means that is known as ultraviolet catastrophe. I will talk about it later on. So these all are the classical efforts made by different peoples. So let us have a look at it. So not in 1838, in 1859 to 60, some experiment was performed on the black body radiation by this Kirchhoff. After that, M.W. Michelson derived some formula. Then Henry Weber derived the formula. Then Wien's displacement law came into existence in 1893. Then in 1896, Wien's distribution law came into existence. And after that, Frederick Bastian derived the formula. Then Lord Rayleigh. After Lord Rayleigh, Lummer and Pringsheim performed the experiment, and these are the findings of this experiment. Then in 1900, Lummer and Pringsheim derived the formula for emissary power. Then Lummer with Eugen Jahnke derived the formula for this. then Max Tyson in 1900, and then in 1905 James Jeans derived the formula for black body radiation, MSC power, and this is a classical derivation, but still our theoretical formula never fit to the experimentally available observation, because this is our experimental observation. This is our experimental observation, but no formula fit to this experimentally observed plot, right? Then let us look at the efforts of Max Planck, that what he did. Efforts of Max Planck, and he talk about the quantization of energy. And this lead to the beginning of quantum mechanics, right? So before moving further, let us discuss whether things are clear to you or not. Okay,